Get out of here! Go on! Get the hell out of here!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazz Broganzo here. What's next? All right. Very interesting story that came on my feed this morning. You got situations with cities regarding their housing. Should we build more? Should we not? Is it worth it? What kind of people are we going to attract? Those sorts of things. How are the monies going to be used properly? Well, then again, we are talking about local, state, and federal governments who don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to our money, your money, my money, taxpayer money. But in one town, one person has stepped up and said, yeah, regarding that housing, not in my city. Let's take a look. This comes out of the Blaze. Dave Chappelle, yes, the icon, the legend, the savage, inspires more outrage after he helps kill a local proposal for low-income housing in his home state of Ohio. Legendary comedian Dave Chappelle inspired more outrage when he joined a group of local residents to kill a proposal for low-income housing in rural Ohio as part of a large residential development. Chappelle grew up in Yellow Springs, Ohio, a small rural village of 3,700 people, about 20 miles away from Dayton. He bought 39 acres of farmland there and moved back there. Of course, he originally was living in LA in 2005. On Monday, he attended a village council meeting where he threatened to pull his plans to develop a restaurant called Firehouse Eatery and comedy club called Live from YS in town. Quote, I cannot believe you would make me audition for you. You look like clowns, he told the council. I'm not bluffing. I will take it off the table, he added. While he didn't give the reasons for his opposition to the project, a friend of his told the Daily Mail that the comedian opposed the project because of housing would not really serve those with low incomes. Other residents offered many different reasons to oppose the low-income housing, including water management issues, traffic flow, lack of cooperation with the public and village officials. The council voted to drop the low-income housing requirement from the development project. When news and video of Chappelle's comments to the city council hit social media, many on the left, shocker, responded with anger and outrage that he would be against low-income housing proposals. Quote, what's going on here? That he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth? Can't have the unsavory poor living within eyesight. I didn't give a shite about the uproar over his stand-up routines, but this is some gross class war bullshit, read one tweet. Another, Dave Chappelle isn't a good person, but to interfere with low-income residents in Yellow Springs is elitist. I do not support this. Another, do you know how great it would be for single moms and her kids to be able to live in a place like Yellow Springs, Ohio? But Dave Chappelle said no, so that's that. Again, he's an a-hole. Another, rich, don't like having poor people around unless they're servants. Others defended Chappelle on the basis of many of his critics were assuming that he was against low-income housing simply rather than what appeared to be more of a complex local issue. Chappelle has been criticized over previous comments that were called transphobic by the, of course, pretend women, men with mental illnesses, activists, and their allies. I think we do have a video of it. This is coming from Now This. Of course, you don't hear him.
Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle.
I was mistaken.
I just want to say, and Marianne, I could talk to you about this privately. I don't know why the village council would be afraid of litigation from a $24 million a year company while they X out a $65 million a year company. I cannot believe you would make me audition for you. You look like clowns. I am not bluffing. I will take it all off the table. That's all. Thank you.
Ouch. My thoughts. Wow. But if anybody knows anything about Dave Chappelle, is that he cares about his community. He would have never bought the 40 acres. He would have never moved back to Ohio after living in LA for so many years. Of course, he just got tired of the bullshit and the nonsense that is LA. Surprise. And decided to settle back down in his home state. He steps in and basically makes it very clear, to the point. And he gives out numbers to prove his point regarding the situation in his pulling off his proposal for the restaurant and the comedy club, if this proposal goes through. And of course, the council pulled it off the table. And of course, no surprise that the left were, clutching their pearls and their panties were bunching, and of course, with their 50 million pronouns, would go after Chappelle. Because this is the same left woke mob who went after him for pointing out facts regarding that there are only two genders. So good for Dave. Good for Dave. Now, a lot of people there are some who are going to look at this as well and say, well, low-income housing, Section 8 housing, which is more well-known here in the East Coast, attracts the wrong kind of people. Now, you could look at that in a number of ways. I'm not going to give you definitions. You can decide where that goes. But I personally, growing up in a small town just outside of Philadelphia, know what Section 8 housing is all about. And it does. It attracts the wrong kind of people. Doesn't matter what color you are. It makes the town or city look bad. The property value of the housing in that community goes down. And that's a provable fact. You can pick any city, Baltimore, Philadelphia, LA, New York, Miami, Dallas. Pick a city, a major city, or even pick a town. Find a Section 8 housing, and you tell me how high those housing developments are. But like I said, I tip my hat to Dave. He cares about his community. He doesn't play games. But every once in a while, he has to show himself in situations like this to get his point across. He's not going to go up on stage and slam his community, for he could. A lot of communities do slam their own hometowns, because of stupid nonsense. But he did it in person. He went where his voice was going to be heard. Well, his voice will be heard anywhere, but you get the gist. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.